Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our session this evening. Let me put on my video. Yes, welcome to our session this evening. My name is Margaret Amudavu, and I'm tuning in from Nairobi, Kenya, and I'll be your presenter for the day. And then at the end of it, we will get our guest speaker who is going to join us. I just want to tell you a little bit about myself before we go into the session. And I'm based in Nairobi, Kenya, like I've said. And before this business of health and wellness, I worked for an international bank. And after working for this bank for 8.5 years, I chose to resign because my job was stressful. I never got home before midnight. I had a young family, and I felt that I could not put my children's growth on hold, but I could put my career on hold. So after 8.5 years, after getting a second child, I did decide to leave this job. First of all, I do remember going home one evening, and our son, who was 3 at that time, said that his mother does not come home, and that really concerned me. I thought that the fact that a 3-year-old does not think his mother comes home, that is very serious. The second thing is I do come from a very, very mixed background. My father is a Kenyan, my mother is from Malawi, and then I'm married to Charles, who comes from the western part of Kenya. And I just thought that my in-laws hearing this story of me not coming home would actually think that I'm as mixed up in my life as I am in my background. And with those two reasons, when I got a second child, I decided to resign. And one of the things I never regret going to the bank is that that's where I met my husband, a very supportive person. He's part and parcel of who I've become. He has allowed me to be who I am. He has encouraged me. He has inspired me. He's been there for me. And so this evening, I want to share what this business has done for me and for others who are on the call. I was invited a year after I left the bank. And at that time, I remember I was a bit frustrated because when I was in the bank, I was just getting an income. And there I was at home, though at home with children now, happy to be in the house, to be with them because I wanted to impact them with my values. But then I did not have the financial capacity. And that for me felt not very good. The idea of just borrowing money every day, I did not like it. So for me, this opportunity is God-given because I do remember praying to the Lord to just give me two things, something that I can do from home and something that that didn't cost more than $150. Why $150? Is because that's the only amount that I had at that point in time. And so I always say it was an answer to prayer because when this opportunity came, it actually had those two exact things. And so for me, it is a God-given opportunity, and I do take it very, very seriously. And I just hope that this evening I'll be able to pass on to you what I had the night I had about this evening. And I do also remember that when I had this opportunity, I actually did not sleep for about a week because I was so excited, and I didn't think that there was anything in the world like this. So I want to invite you, if you're a guest, and say that you're very privileged and that the person who invited you really cares for you. They're more than family, they're a real friend, and they just want to really impact your life in a way that no other thing has done. And so I will share my story as I go along the way. The boy who was 5 years when I left the bank turned 31. So I'm already a grandparent. In fact, our grandchild turned 3 months yesterday, and it is just so exciting to just be in a place where I've been given a chance by the Lord to see the next generation, and that is just such a blessing. So I will share my screen and I will go on with my story even as we go along. And like I said, that the person who invited you really cares for you, and they are good friends, and they really want a good future for you. And I just want to say that sometimes I do shudder to think what my life would have been if I did not come across this kind of opportunity. Let me just, I don't know what is with my slide. Sorry for that. Let me just see, something is happening. Okay. Yes, I think I'm good to go. Yes. And I was just saying that sometimes I shudder to think, where would I be if the person who invited me to this opportunity didn't do it, because they really transformed my life. I want to say the first place where this opportunity starts is dreams. And I know when we were younger and growing up, we used to have this, when I grow up, I want to be this. When I grow up, we had a dream or a vision or a kind of person you want to be. And so we are saying in this time and era, maybe your dream is just to have an extra income. And we have realized with the hard economic times and things changing in the world, that one income is actually not enough and may not be adequate to meet all our finances in this day and age. Prices of fuel are going up, prices of items are going up, traveling is becoming more expensive, And so we are saying, you know what, I think people can do with an extra income. And maybe you want to be your own boss. I remember for me in the bank, I reached a point and I said, I think I've gotten to a point where I want to give myself instructions of where to be, whom to be with, at what time, and doing what. So maybe you've reached a point and you say, you know what, I want to be my own boss. Maybe you want to get health and wellness, which is a very good dream. In this day and era, we've understood that health is your greatest wealth. And if you're healthy, you're wealthy. And so maybe one of your dreams is just to be healthy and age gracefully, other than with the aches and pains. Maybe your other dream is to have more family time. For me, that is one of my key things. I just, you know what, wanted to have more time with family because I just thought I just didn't have the time for them. And, you know, sometimes the things that we value the most, we give them the least, and it becomes a paradox. So for me, I felt I wanted to have more family time and impact my children with the values that I had. And then maybe you want to have a good car and live in a good home. You're saying, you know what, I think life has more to offer than what I'm seeing currently. And we're just saying it is possible. That's one of our colleagues in Tanzania. That's our home, and that's a very, very beautiful car. We call it a machine, actually, not even a car. Maybe I've thought of a dream of traveling the world. Some of us, maybe the closest you've come to a plane is in a book or when you see it up flying. And you've often thought, what does it actually feel to be in the air and move around to other parts of the world? Maybe that's your dream, to travel around the world. That's one of my hotspots. Man, traveling, I just love traveling, and it is exciting because when you travel, you're never quite the same. Maybe your other dream is to help others. There are people who feel that when I help somebody else, I feel I've lived a full life and I have impacted another life. Maybe that's your dream. And these are just some of the dreams you could have, and you could add on to the list because this is just not really exhaustive. But the company offering us this opportunity, or our vehicle, is Neolife. And Neolife is a company that started in 1958 in the United States of America in California. And it was started by a gentleman known as Jerry Brasfield, our founder, who's still alive today. And he had a challenge with asthma, and his mother used natural remedies, some of which we are going to discuss this evening. And by the time he was 19, he actually was free from asthma, and he decided to start one of the greatest health companies in the world. We have done business for the last over 65 years. Neolife came to East Africa in 1996, and so this year Neolife in East Africa is celebrating 27 years, but in Africa it's celebrating 52 years, having come through South Africa in 1971. So across the world, we've done 65 years, and we're in more than 50 countries of the world. So that tells you we are an international company in all the 5 continents. The mission of Neolife is to make the world a healthier and a happier place. And we're just saying that if we are healthier and happier, then the world will be a better place to live in. We've got values that have helped us stand the test of time. I mean, 65 years is such a long time. Most of us were not born when this company came in, because most companies come and go in less than 5 years and they're already out. And these are some of the values that have helped us stand and be in those countries all this time. Number one is absolute integrity. We said, what you say is what you do. There is just one thing. And then people are number one. We value people a lot. We say, do to people what you want them to do to you. And then we've got products that work. Our products are amazing. And as I go along them, I know you'll be able to see some of the things that our products are doing. And then we've got an equal opportunity for all. We're just saying, come as you are, you're tall, you're dark, you're light, whatever race you are, provided you've got a dream and a vision and you've got an identity card or a passport. And we are saying, come as you are, but don't stay the way you are, and we'll be able to work with you. And then we've got a long-range vision. This is a business that will outlive you. And I must say that it is a privilege for me that we joined the business and our daughter is already carrying on with it. And it is just amazing because some things we do die with the owner. And this is one of those things that I look forward to passing on even to my great-grandchildren. In the US, it's about the 4th generation now, having started in 1958. This is the kind of thing that can give you what we call a legacy, something that lives long after you're not there. Now, we start with what we call health or nutrition, because we are saying if you're not healthy, even if you put money, it may not be of much use to you. These are just some dietary factors around the world. And we're just saying 95% of what we eat lacks nutrient. As somebody has said, we are an overfed society and undernourished. And then 75% of what we consume is incorrect, but we are aware and we still do it. Now, there's something called a wellness pyramid or a health pyramid done by the World Health Organization and Neolife. And we are saying for you to have health, you need to first of all have some physical activity and have weight management. For weight management, you need to know your BMI. at your height, you're supposed to be a certain weight. So there is a maximum weight and a minimum weight you should be, and it is important for you to know because weight is everything. Then whole grains, 40% of your diet needs to be whole grains, and whole grains are unrefined foods. And then 30% of your diet needs to be fruits and vegetables. For fruits and vegetables, we look at colors, 6 to 9 different colors is what is recommended for you to have proper immunity. And then protein, especially use white meat, not red meat. For fats and sugars, very little, about 10%, because all the way from when you started consuming the whole grains, each of these items has got a bit of fat and of sugar. But we're being told that the typical lifestyle, we've turned the pyramid upside down. That what we should eat, the least we are consuming it the most. So we are eating a lot of fats and sugar in forms of refined sugar, taking soft drinks, fast foods, foods that are already white in color, that are already processed. And so they're just giving us sugar. In school, we called it simple sugars because it just goes directly to your bloodstream. Then for protein, we eat a lot of red meat. Here in Kenya, we've got a famous things called nyama choma. I think I also saw some billboards in Uganda reading nyama choma, and in South Africa, they call it the braai, and it is, we tend to eat a lot of red meat. Now, red meat takes a while to get out of your system as compared to white meat that takes just a day. Red meat takes about 3-4 days, and in the process, it gives you some acid. And then for fruits and vegetables, we've left it to sick people and children, especially mothers. We know that we breastfeed for 6 months. And then after that, you're told, of course, start with a fruit and a vegetable. The only thing is that you're not told why should you do it, because up to 6 months, the mother's breast milk is enough for immunity and every other thing. But after 6 months, the child has to develop their own immunity. And that's why we start with the fruits and vegetables. Almost every major hospital here in Kenya where I live has got a fruit and vegetable place. It seems when people are unwell, people know what to take them, but the moment they get out, they just go to the normal things. Then for whole grains, if people see you eating wholemeal bread, we call them atta chapati here, posho meal flour. In Uganda, I had an interesting time. They call it second-hand flour, and you know, the name just made it look so bad. You're thinking you're eating something that they're calling second-hand. And so that is the kind of thing you need to use, especially for what we call ugali in this East African side of ours. And then, so we are saying that we've got a challenge. And then when we eat the wrong way, we've got what we call cells. And how your cell works determines the state of your body. And we've got about 73 trillion cells. And that tells us that you need what we call cellular nutrition, that if something is not getting right into the cells, then you've got a challenge. So when we eat the upside down pyramid, we get what we call a closed cell membrane, the outer part of the cell that regulates what can go in terms of food and waste. And you find that many people are in this first cell where very little food goes in and little waste comes out. And so you're very, very fatigued, and I can relate with that. I remember my days in the back, not having time to eat and eating a lot of fast foods. I was so fatigued that even if I slept for 2 days, I'll still not recover, chronic fatigue. And so being too tired and not being vibrant can actually mess you up in very, very many ways. So if your cell is like the one on the left, you've got very low energy levels, you get tired easily, you don't go for a long call every day, and that is a challenge. And we are saying we must work to a rate where our cells are like the one on the right, where the cell membrane is soft and permeable, it's even circular, food can go in and waste can go out. And so we are saying we've got a challenge between what we are eating and what we are supposed to do. And that's where Neolife comes in, and we are saying we've got a solution. We've got a solution where we give you food supplement, whole food supplements. And so whole food supplements are supplements that work with your body, not on your body. They are actually food, only packaged in a different way. So one of our best solution is a product called PNN, and that's our base. Even if you don't understand anything else that I've talked about in this presentation, especially to do with health, just make sure you understand that basic product. And Neolife produced this product, was the first product in 1958. And so it's a product that has passed the test of time. I tell people number 2 is so far. 65 years later, we are yet to see them. And these are some of the things that TNN will do. It will feed your cells. It will enhance your energy levels. Man, by the time you do 3 TNN a day for 3-4 days, your energy levels are just on another place. And then increase the nutrient utilization. That means the food you eat is more useful in your body because it goes to work right where it should in the cell membrane. And so on this food pyramid, we've got different things that help you along the way. So if you've got a weight issue, we're going to give you a weight management program where you can add weight or reduce, because both are not good. Being overweight and underweight are both serious conditions. And so we've got what we call a weight management program. One of the things I must say about this weight management program, I've been a great beneficiary of it, is that it works with your body. And so you don't get a sagging skin. You actually eat almost 5 times a day, and yet you get to manage your weight. A very, very amazing program. In fact, I call it the last weight program you'll ever have, because after you're done with it, the rest you maintain with food and diet and exercise, and you are good to go. So for whole grains, we've got 3NN. For fruits and vegetables, we've got an amazing, exceptional product called carotenoid complex. Carotenoid is from the brightly colored fruits and vegetables, the red, the green, the orange. And we're just saying that carotenoids are great. They are what we call antioxidants. They produce, they act like soldiers on the cell so that the cell is not damaged. And as a result of that, they are anti-aging. Actually, carotenoid has been proved to reduce the cell's aging process by 44%. That is so high. That is like half. What we mean by the cells, we're not saying you're going to look 44% younger, but the cell's aging process, the kidneys, the liver, the eyes, the skin, you're just going to age so much more gracefully. And I know that's very good news for the ladies. And then, of course, in immunity boosting, and in the last 2-3 years, immunity has become a big concern, and this has been one of our best sellers in the world, because in just 20 days, your immunity goes up by 37%, and that is just so high. And then it also helps to protect the heart in as far as what we call oxidation of the cholesterol in the veins. And so it is just such a powerful product, and it also protects the eyes to the extent that you may not get cataracts by using this product. An amazing product. A capsule container of 90 has got 115 kilos of fruits and vegetables. And this particular pack has got actually 7 different types of fruits and vegetables. Then we've got an amazing product called the Neolife Shake. It's a protein shake with the 22 amino acids. And there are 3 things that the protein shake will do for you. It will help to give you what we call enzymes that break down food. Because if you don't produce the right enzymes, then you've got an allergy. Then it helps you with your cardio protection. That is your heart function, heart circulation, lowers your BMI. If you're too big, it can lower your body mass index, and then it reduces body fat, the fat that is found in the cholesterol. Then the other thing, it helps with hormone production, and then it helps to produce what we call antibodies, an exclusive product to Neolife. I've not come across any other that can compare to it. Then we've got a final one for fat and sugar, omega-3 salmon oil plus. Salmon is a Mediterranean diet from the cold areas of the world. In East Africa, or Africa, actually, we've got what we call the tropics, so we get more of cod liver oil. And the omega-3 salmon oil is exclusive because it's got all the 8 molecules of the omega, and it reduces inflammation by 68% in just 8 weeks. That is really, really high. So when you use this product, you've got a very good brain, working brain, manages things like blood pressure, joint issues, memory, concentration, alertness. And for expectant women, very, very good, provides what we call fatty acids for the brain, because when a woman gets pregnant, the first part that forms is the brain, and it needs the fatty acids, and they are found in one great product called the omega-3 salmon oil plus. And these products are available in a pack we call the Pro Vitality. In other words, when you use that pack, it's a head to toe. And so you've got vitality, you've got energy, you've got protection. And so it is a get up and go program. So if you want good health, this is our baseline. Get Pro Vitality and the Neolife Shake, and you're good to go. The Neolife Shake has flavors, strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate. And that's why you can see the 3 glasses. You choose whichever flavor according to your preference. Then we've got other things that help with immunity boost. Like I said, in the last 2 years or so, immunity has become a big deal. And we all know that without a good immunity, it is of no good. Your system cannot work well. We've not left the children behind. Because children, nutrition is actually even more important. And you're going to realize that some of the challenges we deal with as adults, we actually got the challenge as children. So children are not left behind. Very wonderful products for children. They are chewable. And so they mean they taste like a sweet, but they are multivites. They remove things like craving. They produce antioxidants, which protects them from things like cancer, blood cancer, especially leukemia. And so we are saying these are great products to keep our children on the go. And because their cell multiplication and division is so fast, because their growth rate is a little bit faster than ours. And so we are saying that if you give these children these products, they'll do well in school and they don't have to miss school, especially the initial days when they go back to school. And that means that if they are healthy, then they can concentrate and do very well in whatever it is that they are doing, even in terms of other things they might be doing. Then we've got excellent, powerful, economic, earth-friendly cleaning products. Our cleaning products are natural or biodegradable, meaning they return back to nature. They are highly concentrated. They'll save you time, money, and energy. And for money, they can save you up to 60% of your annual budget. These are the kind of products that you can budget for a year. Most of us have got cleaning products that somebody has said we've got a chemist of detergents, because we've got so many detergents that do so much. Each part of the house needs a different product, and we are saying that our cleaning products are just 3 to 4, and you have these, you're going to save a lot of money and even covered space, and they are amazing, amazing. And this is the one that I want to talk about, and I will ask the person who invited you to tell you about the rest of the cleaning products. And we are saying that the first place, if we detoxify our homes, we are already doing so much more. And this soap is amazing. It's a laundry soap for both hand wash and machine. I don't think we have a soap in the world that does both hand wash and machine, and uses very, very little. Almost 20 grams will do 5 kilos. And that's amazing. For the machine, it will clean the machine parts, so you never have to do servicing. It doesn't leave residue or scum. And that means your machine can serve you for much longer. An amazing, amazing product that saves you a lot of time, energy, and money. And it has no foam. So when you buy this product, please don't look for foam, because foam is actually a chemical. And because it has no foam, you use very little water. So it will even save you on water, because some parts of Africa where we live, water is a challenge. And then we've not left the farmers behind. We've got a wonderful product called Super Grow. And I must say that this product is a game changer in agriculture. It increases your yield by 167%, saves you on farming costs from the pesticides you use to the water, reduces water runoff, especially in Africa where our weather is unpredictable. We've got perennial rains. Sometimes the rain doesn't come on time, and so we've got challenges. And so we are saying that people normally will not know when they're supposed to plant, when they're supposed to sow. And we are saying this product is a real game changer, because you can use it when it is rainy and when it is not. And it has done some amazing things with amazing results. One of the documents that was done here in Kenya proved that this product can save you a lot of money and reduce on farm inputs. A very amazing product. Then we've got our skincare. Our skincare products are age-defying, skin protecting. And you know, our skin is everything. It's the largest organ of the body, and we should be so careful what we apply on the skin. Some of the things we are applying on the skin are affecting our digestion, our hormones, how our bodies work, and giving us some cancers. And so we are saying we need to be careful. We need to read labels and understand what are we applying on our skin, because it is not just on the surface. And because they are not cosmetics, they're for both men and women. They just protect you from the environment. And by doing that, you age at a much slower rate. Because when we go out there in the sun doesn't know Joanne's skin and Joan. Skin is skin, irrespective of who it is on. The best thing is that they work with your skin and they make you look younger for longer. Amazing products that are totally, totally organic, and the price is comparable to none other that is in their range in the world. They are done in France, and you know France is the best place when it comes to skin technology. And so we can say we are up to date even as far as our skincare products are concerned. Let me quickly run through the business, and I say that these are some of the benefits that would come along your way if you decided to join us. And we are saying you can travel the world, and I can say that traveling is such an experience. It opens your mind, and there are things that go on, and it is amazing to see and meet people from different parts of the world and cultures. You can work from where you are with who you want. Like now, the 70 or 80 of us on the call, we are in different parts of the world, and we are all able to tune in here onto this platform. An amazing platform indeed. Then you've got freedom to be your own boss, work from where you want. And then the amazing thing I have never gotten over is how we build long-term relationships. I think on this call, there are just maybe 1 or 2 people I would have known before this business, but I must say the friendships I have made along the way are amazing. They are great, and people who really care and are concerned for your welfare. Those are just things that I would not trade in anything for. Somebody said that if the only way you get paid is through monetary, you must be a very poor person, because people are everything. Personal development. I always remember that the first time I presented, I couldn't talk for 5 minutes, and now I can talk until I'm almost being told to shut up. And so growing in your skills, in how you present, in your interactions with people, and knowledge and attitude, amazing things that happen through the business. Then it can help you to be good, to get out of debt. So these are just some of the things that can happen to you. A lot more there. You can be healthier for a longer time, and it is good for you to know that you can get this and a lot more. Now, our business works on 3 daily success habits. We're just saying use those products, and I've explained the product. You can use the nutritional range. Let me go back there. You can use any of the ranges. We've got the nutrition, we've got the cleaning products, and we've got the skincare. And we're just saying do 3 things. 1, use them so that you get confident, you get personal experience. And after all, this is your business. And when you're a distributor or a member, you buy at a wholesale. So you're getting very good quality products at wholesale price. And surely if they're not good for you, they cannot be good for anybody else. So when you use them, you get some very, very amazing stories. I can tell you stories and stories about each range of these products. One of them, name of them I never forget, is Omega-3 that we started giving our third born when she was 3 days old. And she has used this product for the last 21 years. And I can tell you her brain function is amazing. She's able to articulate things and understand things at a fast rate. She can almost speak and sing any song after a day or 2 of listening. And I find that just so amazing, not to mention her health, that at 21, I can't count 10 hospital visits. So we are saying if you use just that Pro Vitality and got the energy levels and felt how you felt, actually 3 days of taking Pro Vitality, oh my goodness, you can tell the difference. That's how fast these products work. And so we are saying once you use them, you've got a story to tell. And we're just saying, suppose you just share with 6 people, become your customers. And so you're retailing, and we're saying you can make a profit and a commission of $50. I know $50 does not sound much. I never forget that when I joined this business, I was so skeptical. I'd never sold anything. And I knew for sure I can't sell code. I'd not even sold a biro pen. And I remember that the profits for me were the big deal, because it's the everyday money that disturbs you. Like now you go to the shop, you find cooking oil has gone up, you find flour has gone up, bread has gone up, tomatoes, onions, and those are just day-to-day things. You know, the end of the month fixed costs are not such a big deal. So for me, when I started off, I remember my commission was about $20. And I was excited because I'd never sold anything, and I thought it means that this is actually a starting point. And so that for me was a turnaround, because it made me know that actually I can do something. And I can tell you this is good money, that it can help you in many ways. Here in Kenya, you can pay an electricity bill, you can fuel your car, you can change some basic things of nutrition in the house. Some of us are eating foods because we don't have a choice. But with this kind of money, even at the beginning, you can start changing the kind of meal you would like to eat. And then for the mothers on the call, sometimes your children need something. And we are saying with this, you can at least start doing something that will make a difference. It doesn't even stop there. We are saying the next thing, build a team or share the opportunity with others, bring in other people. In this business, you cannot afford to be mean. We are saying by lighting somebody else's candle, yours does not become dimmer. But the more candles we light, the better the world will be. And we are just giving an example. You bring in 3 people and you trust them to do what you do, to basically use and be able to have some retail customers, and be able to build a network, build a team of people. And we are saying your profit and commission will be between $100 to $250. And we are using dollars because we are from different parts of the world. So I'll kindly request that you convert to your currency and just see how much that is. For me, I remember that when I started earning $250 in about a year after I joined the business, I was a little bit slow because I had no mentor, unlike the people on this call. And so I took a lot of time to read and understand what I was doing. And for me, it was amazing because I'd worked in the bank for 8.5 years. And after 8.5 years of working 8 to midnight, that's when I was getting about $250 a month. And here I did it in about a year. And I thought something is not okay. Because here you can do it part-time. Can you imagine? It will not interfere with whatever it is that you're doing. And I can tell you $250 in this day and era, this is good money. It can sort you in many, many areas, from food to clothes to travel to transport. And it can even help you to pay your rent. So there are many things that this kind of money can do. And for us, we get our money by electronic transfer or into the account. by the 10th of every month. And I can tell you, for the years I've been in Neolife, which are coming to 26, there is no day this has ever failed, because we are not a debt company. It is totally debt-free. And I can tell you that you get your money on time. You don't need to know anybody. You don't need to call anybody. They've got systems that do the work. And we are saying, if you want to even do more, you attend weekly trainings, which your person who invited you will let you know about. We've got mentorship classes that go online and also physical. We've got conventions. I'm looking forward to the convention in Tanzania on 28th of October. And different regions have their own conventions: South Africa, West Africa, East Africa. And I'm just telling you, at the conventions, you get to interact and meet with people who you probably only see online or hear about. That for me is a very great connectivity. And then we got leadership school, where you learn how to be a leader and lead others. And we are saying, when you do those things, you move to a level we call a director. And our business starts a director, because when you're a director earning $500, it makes a difference. And you can now understand that this is actually a business. As a director, you get to get special trainings, exclusive. You get to visit different hotels in the country where you are, or in the region. You get to attend leadership school. And I know that there are people who have gone to either Sand and Sand in the recent past or are coming. And some have been to Windsor Golf and Country Club, one of the best golf clubs in East and Central Africa, with an artificial lake, beautiful rooms. One of the things that never fails to amaze me about leadership school and the Windsor in Kenya, that's where our late Kofi Annan would come and stay in. And you can imagine, this company gives you that privilege. Amazing. And then if you grow more directors, you're going to move to what we call a world team, between $1,000 and $2,000. And I can tell you, world team is exclusive. You start traveling the world. And I can tell you, this money is exciting. I remember when we got to earning to $2,000 about in 2005 there. That was the end of ever thinking about a job, because I thought, I'm at home, I can bring up my children, feed them the way I want. For me, my family came first, because I said, I can be an ex-anything, especially parenting. I can be even an ex-employee, but I can't be an ex-parent, as the roles that keep on changing along the way. So a world team, you've got money and you're able to travel and interact with other people around the world. Amazing, amazing. It doesn't even stop. We can all work and become president members. And I know we are used to having one president per country. In this country, in this business, our top is flat. As many of us as do the work, you'll be able to get there. So our top is flat, and being a president team is an amazing thing. They get to go for 2 trips in the year. They get involved in the company planning. They get to focus on the events that will take place that will grow our business in different parts of the world. And man, it is amazing to be a president's team member. That's when you can start talking of financial freedom, having the time you want and the money, because there's a paradox between time and money. When you have money, you don't have time. When you have time, you don't have money. But as a president's team member, you are free with everything. And it is just an amazing and wonderful place to be. These are some of the places that the company has taken people the different years. And one of the ones that I never forget that I took part in was the one of London 2008, when the company was celebrating 50 years, Golden Jubilee. We were at the Coronary Wharf, they called it the financial district. And I remember, I never forget the Thames River, which had a 6-kilometer driveway underwater. And there was just this whispering water as you go around, as you drive along the Thames River, and it was amazing. And London, I say, if you want to see organization, perfection, things run on time, everything happens on time, everything is automated, they clean the streets. Oh, London, what a place to be. Another trip I remember very well is Cape Town, though we went earlier in 2007. And in Cape Town, I remember where the 2 oceans meet and the waters don't mix. I remember the Robben Island, seeing where Mandela had been jailed. I remember things they call Table Mountains and cable cars. And there was a very exclusive hotel called the 12 Apostles. Those of us who read who use the Bible, and that was amazing to see that there's actually a hotel called the 12 Apostles. And I want to stop there in my sharing, because I want to invite somebody who I met in this business, a friend of mine, somebody who inspires me. I don't know. She's been a great friend, and I don't think I'm seeing her on the call. Andrew, can you confirm to me if Grace is
let me just
on?
Let me just do something small here. Sorry.
Yes, okay.
You could unmute again. Grace, I don't know if you're there. Please kindly unmute. I was trying to locate your device. I couldn't.
Is Grace on the call?
She told me she was.
Okay, let me just see.
Oh, okay. I've seen her, I think.
Okay, so let me just say something about Grace and then she can join us in. And I was saying she's an amazing person, somebody who has inspired me a lot. At her age, she'll share with us if she wants to tell us about her age. I find it so amazing that she looks the way she does. It just makes me feel I want to get to that age. You know, most of us are scared of of getting to some age, but Grace with her age and how she looks, it's amazing. And I'm just so excited to be the one hosting her this evening. Grace is from Tanzania, and she'll tell us a little bit about herself, how she came to join this business, and the impact she has had in Tanzania and Uganda. So, Grace, Rubambey, very, very welcome. Please take it away. Thank you. Grace?
Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't log in on my laptop, so I logged in. Oops, I logged in with my telephone, my phone, iPhone XR. I know I confused you. I should have informed Andrew earlier, but I'm here. Can you see me?
Yes, we can see and we can hear you, Grace. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Andrew, for inviting me to share my humble experience with some of the distributors and the guests who are logged in. And I'm really humbled by the words that Margaret has just said. And I thank you very much, Margaret. Now, as I have been introduced, my name is Grace Rubambey. I'm a Tanzanian. I live in Dar es Salaam, and I'm logging in from Dar es Salaam. First of all, I would like to thank God for showing me this opportunity, because as Margaret said, she said she didn't know what she would be like if without the opportunity. I would like to say the same. In fact, even more so, because at 77 plus, I really feel very, very blessed and very fortunate to have been able to be introduced to this opportunity. When the opportunity found me, I was at the Central Bank as one of the senior directors. I was well employed, and in Tanzania, at least at the time, the Central Bank was one of the best employers. So I had a very good salary. I traveled the world, and I had a certain status within government, because the Central Bank obviously is a public institution. But I didn't enjoy all this status and the money I was getting, because I had a lot of health issues. One, I had a very severe backache that was a result of a motor vehicle accident. And I had stomach ulcers. And on top of that, I had a heart condition, which my cardiologist had said it was incurable. So I was struggling, and of course, a lot of pressure at work. So that didn't help. But my angel, and I call them my angels, Dr. Polycarp Msinguzi, who was then director of research at the Bank of Uganda, introduced me to the opportunity. Well, actually, he told me about the opportunity, because when he introduced me to the opportunity, he couldn't explain to me about the opportunity. He was very excited, but he couldn't explain. But that was because they had just joined the opportunity, and also they had there was nobody to really quote. There was no testimony they could give me, because Neolife had not been, was not in East Africa yet. Neolife didn't have an office in East Africa. So what happened was just taking a leap of faith. And also because I was really sick. I was very sick. And I just wanted to get something to cure me. And you know, when you are sick, and if somebody tells you are going to get better, you'll do it. Even if they tell you to eat grass, you'll eat grass. So that's what I did. And I joined the opportunity. But of course, it was very, very difficult because we didn't have an office in East Africa. So we had to order stuff from South Africa and later from Kenya and Uganda. But just the same, I was I had faith in the products when they were when the products were introduced to me, but also Lydia, Polycarp's wife, Lydia Msinguzi, had told me that this can also be a business. But since I was so focused on my health, I really didn't think I could do this business. In any case, I really didn't think as a director in the central bank I would be selling soaps and supplements. So that's the employee mentality. Employees sometimes we think we have made it, particularly when we have a good salary, just like I did. So I just took the opportunity so that I can get better. But I also talked to people whom I thought they needed the business. I didn't think I needed the business, but I thought there were people who needed the business. Among them was Dora Juma and her husband, Ayub Juma. Ayub had a heart condition similar to mine, but they also had a dream to educate their 3 kids outside the country. So I told them about the opportunity. They were not very keen because also I didn't have anything. I didn't have any testimony to show them. But also Dora, being a nurse, she was skeptical of me telling her about health because I'm an economist by profession and she's a nurse. She couldn't see how an economist would tell her about health. So they were very reluctant to join, but later on, they just decided they would join just so to let me off because we were friends. We were very close, and they trusted me. So they believed that I wouldn't give them any poison, but they were not really. They didn't think these things work. The supplements work, but they just took them and signed in. But when they tried the supplements, Mr. Juma's heart condition started getting better. So they started believing in the products, and then they embraced the whole business. And while I was busy at the central bank, building a legacy at the central bank, they were busy building a legacy with Neolife. So the result is that they are in the president's team, and I'm still a Sapphire. But I have no regrets because I believe I've built a legacy because there are so many people in Tanzania who have uplifted their lives because I said yes. Anyway, I continued using the products and I felt better. In fact, all my my health conditions were sort of, I was okay. And then retirement was nearing. I was getting almost to retirement, and I started worrying because I loved to travel. And I didn't know how I could travel without the central bank because I used to travel free of charge, and I would stay in 5-star hotels. And I liked that type of life, but I didn't know how I could maintain it. And then I started doing all kinds of businesses. But since I had never done any business, everything failed. I lost a lot of money. Actually, I lost a lot of my pension money. And one day, Dora Juma told me, she said, why are you bothering with all these type of businesses while you have a good business that you introduced us to? And I saw they were doing a lot better in the business. And I said, okay, let me give it a try. The good thing was I always renewed my membership with Neolife. So I was live. So I decided I would try it as a business. And little did I know that Neolife would really make my retirement a very, very different type of retirement from what others go through. So I became a director, and then I became a Sapphire director, and now I'm still a Sapphire director, but I have had a lot of benefits from my being, my working the opportunity. Among the benefits that I have had, among them are health. I must say I am a product of the product. At 77 plus, I amaze a lot of people when I state my age. And I must say for the past 20 plus years, I've never had to go to the hospital for treatment. I go to the hospital for checkups, just to be sure, because you never know. But I've never had to have treatment, even at my advanced age. So that's one thing that I have enjoyed in Neolife, and I hope I'll continue to enjoy very good health. Most retirees have very poor health, and they have all these kind of the ailments that they call the old age diseases, which I don't know. I've never had experience with the old age disease. The other thing is I've made new friends. Most of them are young people. The Andrew Bugembes and many other young people. I call them my social capital because they keep me young. They keep me focused. They have a lot of hope. They dream. They have a lot of dreams, and as a result, I can also dream. Most people of my age, they have lost hope. Most of them have lost hope. They can't dream. They feel like that's the end of the world. They just wait to die. But I have a lot of dreams, and my dream right now, because dreams change. In the beginning, I just wanted to be healthy. I just wanted to be cured. But now my dream is to be a person to have good health and good pockets, rich pockets, meaning have money that I can maintain a good lifestyle. So also, Neolife has enabled me to continue creating a legacy. I love, ever since I was young, I've always wanted to impact something on people. I've always wanted to see what I do, the results of what I do in people. And Neolife has enabled me to do that because I keep on touching on people's lives positively. And this is very, very gratifying. Sometimes you see someone who joins Neolife from nowhere. They cannot even dress properly. They have never been to school, but in no time after they work the opportunity, they are totally transformed people. And that makes me very happy. It makes me even happier than the money I get. Also, Neolife has given me enough cash flow to maintain my lifestyle. Most retirees, they cannot maintain their lifestyle because the pension is not enough normally. And but with Neolife, every month I'm able to get money, and that's what we call residual income. I mean, I'm not there yet. I would like to get to a place where I just sit at the beach, I go traveling, and just check my account and see how much money there is. But I'll get there. I'm still working on it. The other is lifestyle. Neolife has given me a different type of lifestyle. I did have a lifestyle. I traveled, as I said, but traveling for work is very different from traveling with Neolife. Traveling with Neolife, you are a tourist. You don't have to worry about reports. You don't have to worry about how well the conference is going to be and that kind of thing. Neolife, you travel as a tourist. I've been to many destinations now with Neolife. Just 3 months ago in May, we were in Istanbul. I had never been to Turkey, and I really enjoyed myself. I had first-class treatment by Neolife, but I also treated myself to the hammam and all these other goodies in Turkey. So, and I've been to many places. I've been to Abu Dhabi, Mauritius. We hope next year we'll go to Mauritius again. And when you travel with Neolife, you are really given, and that's what I like about traveling with Neolife. But also Neolife has enabled me to spend my free time without stress. Because old people and retired people, they have a lot of free time. But the difference is, how do you use your free time? Do you use your free time in bed sick, or complaining about your kids not taking care of you because you are short of cash? Or how do you use your free time? Neolife has given me an opportunity to use my free time doing the things I enjoy best, like traveling and just having fun with young people, and that makes me very happy. Also, Neolife, I believe Neolife is the best investment I ever made. I'm an economist, and having worked with the central bank, I was exposed to capital markets. So I've made investments in that area. But investment in Neolife is investment in people. And as long as the people are happy, as long as people are making money, they will not quit. But also investment in Neolife, the gains from investment in Neolife are not eroded by inflation, because it's always guarded by towards inflation. But other investments, like even if you invest in the money markets or in the capital markets, most of the time the income is eroded by inflation. The income does not really match the inflation that is in the country. So with Neolife, one doesn't have to worry about inflation, because it's already, like shielded from erosion by inflation. So I think Neolife is really my best investment, and it's investment whereby I always have cash flow. I mean, investing in property, which I also have done, but that's, you may have a problem and you need cash very urgently, and otherwise, unless you sell the property, you cannot have cash. But with Neolife, you have cash flowing in every month. So I believe that's the best investment I have made. And I would really advise particularly the visitors, the guests, and the distributors as well, that do invest in Neolife. And investment in Neolife, as Margaret has said, is very, very small. You just have to put in time, and you don't have to put in that much time either. So this is the best stress-free investment. Now, there are also a few things that I've learned from my working the opportunity. One thing I have learned is that our business is a business of relationship. So this puts us in good books of people. You know, other businesses, you don't have to like the people you work with, you just make money. But with Neolife, it's a business of relationship. So you need to build relationships so that people can trust you. For example, if the Jumas had not trusted me, they wouldn't have joined, because I had nothing to show them that they can have a better life by joining the opportunity. But they trusted me. But also when we sponsor people, we need to keep good relationship with them so that they can stay in the business. They can also uplift their well-being and stay in the business. So our business is a business of relationship, but also it's a business of faith. You just have to take a leap of faith. I did that, and the Jumas did that, and I believe Margaret also did that, because you have to have faith in what you are joining so that you can work the business. But without faith, because you don't know what's coming, and in most cases, you may not see, in the beginning, it may not look like you are going to have a very big business or are going to make a lot of money. But with time, you make a lot of money. So it's you know, one needs to take a leap of faith. Also, I have learned that because of what I have done, I've learned that retirement or the aging process is a marathon. One has to be prepared, one disciplined, and all the young people who are on this call today, that please plan your retirement or your aging process. Because you may think it's not, you know, when I was young, I've been there. When I was young, I was there. I'll get my pension, I'll be okay, I'll have built good house and all. And I didn't think I needed to plan for my retirement. But guess what? For my retirement. Now, for you, you are lucky, the young people now on this call, you are lucky because you can have someone to tell you about it, to tell you and to see that indeed, if you plan well for your retirement, you'll lead a good life. The other thing is that old people, I've learned that old people need to have a purpose in life. I mean, getting old doesn't mean you lose hope, doesn't mean you don't have a purpose in life anymore, because old age is just another phase, just like childhood, like you know, the phase where you are working as an employee or even as a businessman. It's just another phase, and you've got to enjoy that phase. And without planning, you can't enjoy that phase. So you have to prepare for it. So retirement is, in fact, retirement is the best phase for me. That's the way I think, because I don't have to worry about kids' schools, and I don't have to worry about, building, whatever. All I can do now is enjoy the things that I couldn't enjoy because I was busy taking care of family. I was busy working as an employee. So now I can enjoy myself. And I think this is the best phase. And I would urge everybody to take advantage of that. And I believe Neolife can do that for you. And particularly if you work the opportunity early in life, then you can start enjoying much earlier. I can see people like Andrew, when they turn 50, I'm sure they don't have to work hard at all. But for those who were late, like myself, it's not too late for anybody. Even if you are 70, it's not too late. You can always plan and enjoy yourself. I started the Neolife opportunity when I was 51. And even then, I didn't do it as a business. But I would say I started it because I worked on my health. And health is very important in old age. So with that, I would like to thank Andrew and Margaret for this opportunity. I hope somebody somewhere has been inspired by my story, and they will live a better life, just like I'm doing. And I love you all. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you so much, Grace. A very inspiring story. I remember we had some time together last year in Tanzania at the convention, and I'm looking forward again. I said, when I see you, I look forward to getting to that age. I'm no longer worried because I can see where I'm getting to. Thank you so much for sparing time and sharing your story. I know a number of us have gotten a wake-up call if we didn't take it as seriously. Thank you so much, Grace. And just to wind up, thank you. I'm just going to say two things, and then I'll ask you to talk to the person who invited you. Number one, you need to have a dream or a vision, the reason why you want to do something with your life. I hope you're not that kind of a person who wants to only have a tombstone showing you live this year to the other year. That dash, we need to fill it up. Number two, you need to have a very strong desire, sick and tired of being sick and tired. You want to change your life. And then you need to have faith. Believe that you can do it. I know we don't have a problem with having faith in God, but we have a problem in having faith in ourselves. And I know a number of people put on the alarm clock to wake them up in the morning. So that same faith, please come with it. And if you don't have that, just work with the one who invited you because they believe in you enough to have invited you. And then, of course, there's work, networking, and our work is to talk to people as we change and transform lives. So thank you so much for being with us this evening. We've come to the end of our session. Kindly talk to the person who invited you, and they'll give you details of how you start up in the different countries that we are. Thank you so much, Grace. Thank you, team. Thank you, Andrew, for hosting us. And God bless you, and we see you next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.